So I heard you're tired. Tired of not feeling worth it, feeling trapped, and just wanting to just be yourself. Feeling scared of accepting yourself for who you are because others haven't accepted you for who you are. I heard that you just don't know. You just don't know how to love yourself. You want to know how to love. Have you checked on yourself today? Or how many of us have checked on other people but haven't even checked in on ourselves? How do we expect to love ourselves, to have the fuel to check on other people, to have the energy that makes us thrive if we don't check on ourselves? How could we do that? So, when I was first learning how to really love myself, I took a love language quiz. There are 5 love languages, and what a love language quiz is, it's just a series of questions they ask you, and you kind of learn what your love language is. I think this is so important because how do you expect to get into a relationship and for even yourself to love you if you don't know how to be loved or you don't know how to tell your partner you like to be loved? So for me, this is something that I did. I already know my love language, but for the purpose of this video, I did the quiz all over again just to show you guys. At the top of my list is words of affirmations and then acts of services, which totally makes sense for me. So now we're going to get into different ways on how to practice these love languages on yourself. First love language we're going to talk about are words of affirmations, and this is if you like to be affirmed through uplifting and positive words. For me, when I first started, I loved to put like things on my mirror, just of quotes and like different affirmations. At first, when I used to do this, it was so hard for me to look at because I just did not believe it. But as I kept seeing it, as I kept doing it, I truly started to believe these things about myself. So it may be hard when you first start, but like you really do start to believe this stuff when you see it every day. But it's so much more than that. Words of affirmation, you can give yourself notes, you can give yourself love letters, you can write little note cards or reminders on your phone for yourself. Like, there's so much more that you can do with this love language. And I personally think that you should practice every single love language on yourself. Here, I'm just showing you a board that I did 2 years ago. That's why it looks so raggedy, but it's just of little words of affirmations and just quotes I really, really loved to really like. Once I found out my love language was words of affirmations, I just delved in it so hard. Like, I just had to really truly love myself. So the next love language I'm going to be talking about is quality time. And this one to me is just spending time with yourself, giving yourself your undivided attention. It's just all about you type of thing. So for me, one of my favorite things that I love to do is get a glass of wine and just journal. And what I mean by journal is like journal about like the life I want to live or just envision the life that I want to live and create for myself. I don't know. I just love doing that. But there are so many other things that you can do when you're spending time with yourself. You can take bubble baths, which is another thing that I love to do. You can listen to your favorite playlist or music and just dance around your room. Just make sure when you're doing this one, you're really just giving yourself your attention. Turn off your phone, all of it. Like, just be selfish, guys. Like, this is that love language that to me is like that selfish. Like, I need to just indulge in myself. The next love language I want to talk about is acts of services. How I like to think about this one is just doing things that'll make my life easier and just putting in that action towards things that I need to do. So things like putting out my clothes for the night before, folding my clothes and having it more organized. That's another thing you can do. Because how many of us leave our clothes out until we just have to fold it and then our life is a mess. And also cleaning my room. That is a big love language for me because when my room is a mess, I'm a mess. Okay. So I got myself these flowers today and I'm excited. I love like white roses, so I got these, but I didn't even realize, girl, they are dying already. Like, I just got them and I didn't even realize one of them was like already dying. So what the heck? But I don't know, these were beautiful and these were like the only colors of roses they had left of the white, and I just think they're so pretty.
So I'm actually loving it. I'm about to put this in a vase. Honestly, giving yourself gifts and not waiting to receive gifts is very important. Don't wait to receive your gifts. Get it for yourself. Their flowers are not that expensive. Get it for yourself. If you've never received flowers, get it for yourself. Okay. I also got these. I love chocolate covered, chocolate covered pretzels. So I thought I would get these for like a movie night with myself. So definitely like giving myself gifts and spending that quality time with myself for a movie night. I'm literally so excited. Like, you guys have no idea how excited I am. I am so excited for these. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to eat them. We're buying ourselves things all 2023, all 2022, all forever. Even when we get a man, we're buying ourselves things because we love ourselves, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay, that's what we're doing, period. Okay.
The next love language is physical touch, and this is you feeling love through physical connections. Now, I scored a 0 on this, so I'm sorry. But the example I'm showing here is just me rubbing lotion on my skin after a shower. There's probably many things you can do, like taking bubble baths, doing massages.
So, before I can get into anything else, I want to talk about compassion and forgiveness. I read something on Google that said something about compassion, and it said to be compassionate is not to just tell someone that you care, but also to show them that you care by being there before they even ask for it. Showing up for yourself before you even ask. Showing up for yourself always, knowing how you were feeling in that moment, deciding how you are feeling in that moment, and giving yourself that compassion back and being like, hey, it's okay for me to feel this way, but let's do something about it. Let's try to find a way that I can feel better. Showing up for myself and giving myself the things that I need. Having compassion for how I am in that moment. I had to forgive my old self or the things that I've done in the past. Because if I don't practice forgiveness for myself, I can never love myself, because I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. If I'm going to make mistakes, then I have to learn how to forgive myself. I have to learn how to have compassion for myself and through those mistakes, because I'm always going to make mistakes. I'm never going to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. Perfect is boring. But if I can practice forgiveness, then I'm already halfway there to loving who I am. Because knowing that I am not perfect, but I'm working towards being the kind of woman that I want to be, creates that love for myself, creates that compassion for myself, makes me able to keep moving, and makes me able to keep doing the things I want to do. Because I know that failure or my mistakes or how people treated me is just life lessons and things that I had to learn in order to be the best version of myself, but also not tolerating any kind of mistreatment towards myself, mistreatment on how I treat myself or how others treat me. Passion is not being hard on myself because I made a mistake, or I treated somebody wrong, or I treated myself bad, or I don't look good that day so I'm mad at myself, or I didn't do the thing that I said I was going to do so I'm hard on myself, so I punish myself. Having compassion means knowing that I'm going to make mistakes and that I'm still going to show up for myself regardless of the fact of me not showing up for myself in the past. Because I truly believe if you are too hard on yourself, you don't love who you are, you don't love yourself, you don't practice kindness towards yourself. Because like I said, you are human, you are going to make mistakes, and making mistakes is part of the journey, it's part of the process, it's part of what you have to go through to become your higher self, to become the self that you want to be. Forgiving yourself may be hard, especially for the things that you've done, but you have to know that the space you were in then isn't the space you were in now, and knowing that you are going to do better is all you need to do, is all you need to be. Knowing that you've made a mistake and trying to move past it is compassion in itself. The next thing we are going to talk about is journaling. For me, this is a different journaling method that I've shown. This isn't just like regular journaling, like just journaling, but this is more so journaling your thoughts and then turning the negative thoughts into positive thoughts. This is actually something I learned from my therapist. Didn't think this would work, but it actually does work after you do it so many times. So I think just writing down how you feel in the moment, if you have these reoccurring thoughts or overthinking thoughts, maybe I'm ugly, I'm not good enough, and switching it to change to a positive, like I am beautiful, I am more than enough, things like that. And it doesn't have to be like, it could be anything, basically. Anything that's just reoccurring in your mind, write it down and then switch it to a positive, and then say the positive part 1,000 times. Like, just keep saying it. And do that every day. Write down your negative thoughts every day and try to turn it into the positive, and I swear it works. So let's talk. Another thing that I think that practicing self-love includes is being honest with yourself and being real with yourself. Holding yourself accountable for the mistakes you've made, holding yourself accountable for things that you want to achieve, and knowing what you want to achieve and giving that life to yourself. Don't say you want to do something and you don't do it. If you loved yourself enough, you would go out and try to achieve the things that you want to achieve. That's how you practice self-love, because you're going to give yourself the best of the best. You need to pay attention to yourself and your wants and your needs, and you need to give that to yourself. You need to pay attention to things that you want and not things that other people want. With social media around nowadays, we sometimes want what everybody else wants, and it's like, is that really being real with yourself? Do you really want what that person has, or do you want a different version of it, or you want something else? Like, say somebody has a house. Do you want a house, or are you okay with your small apartment in the city? I don't know. You have to figure that out for yourself, but being real and being intentional about those things is how you practice self-love. Not only being real, but holding yourself accountable for mistakes you've made, holding yourself accountable for the things that you want to do. If you didn't go work out last week, then you need to work out this week. You need to be like, okay, self, let's go back to the compassion. Have compassion for yourself. Hey, it's okay that you didn't work out, but let's try to do better this week. Well, how can I do better than myself last week? How can I do better than myself yesterday? What did I do yesterday that I want to do better at today? And if you still don't get it, remember, have that compassion for yourself, but keep trying, keep doing. When you are real with the things that you want in your life, that's how you practice self-love. That's how you give yourself love. I don't care where you're at this moment. You deserve to be where you want to be. So get real with yourself, be honest with yourself, hold yourself accountable. The best version of yourself, not the best version of Lisa over there, but the best version of yourself. And that's how you practice loving on yourself and self-love. The last step I have is figuring out what you want your life to look like. So for me, I think pretty much the example I'm showing here, I just made a digital vision board. Sometimes I make my digital vision board on like GoodNotes on my iPad, but for this video, I just made it on my iPhone. I was looking up style inspiration because that's kind of where I'm at in my life, where I'm just trying to figure out what kind of style I want to wear and just what I want for my future style. I also looked up some quotes that you could put on your vision board. You can pretty much put anything that you want to put on your digital vision board. It's your vision board, so just put things that inspire you, that motivate you, but also like where you want your life to look like. And girl, you're gonna be set because you are just gonna be motivated. Thank you for watching this video. Love you guys.